Hello everyone. This is going to be a PowerPoint presentation on the common sponge, also known as nature's secret weapon. Or did you know that it was also known as that? Well, you might be wondering why then. Well, we're about to find out. So, before you really understand sponges, you need to know just the basics. Sponges have existed on Earth since the Great Saltwater War of 1762. And they originally formed from all the sediment due to the gunpowder during the war, and it was the only underwater war that we've had, and it's really remarkable if you think about it. I mean, all the gunpowder just going into that. Sponges are cunning and ruthless killers, unrepentant and unfeeling. They kill anyone who tries to get close to them. Which is why every time you have ever touched a sponge, you've bled for 3 minutes. Sponges make great pets for children. I mean, children, you've heard of pet rocks, you've heard of, little praying mantis that people can sometimes have as pets. But sponges, they take all the hassle out of bathing and feeding your rock or your praying mantis, because they just absorb whatever is next to them. And sponges crave salt and vinegar chips. They have been known to farm the chips themselves, showing a hive mind mentality. Now, the problem is that if sponges get near your salt and vinegar chips, they may become adapt to the nutrients, and the problem is they don't need salt and vinegar chips. Their internal organs have this click that tells them to get them, but they don't actually need them. It's not essential at all. Some activity sponges do. While sponges are a very diverse group, existing on all 15 continents, Antarctica, South America, Borgrana, Tickleconka, what are the other ones? I can't think of any more, but that's besides the point. We're talking about sponges. Sponges, there are common activities to enjoy regardless of locale. Sponges enjoy playing volleyball, which is why you might see sponge marks on a lot of volleyballs. Because if you got a spongy marked volleyball, they've been up to it. Many sponges become professional video gamers. I mean, some of them get partnered. They do let's plays for a little bit of revenue, but they're really underrated. There's only a few sponges that really get noticed, and it's a shame that not more of them reach their goals. Some patriotic sponges serve our country, becoming everyday heroes. I mean, have you thanked your sponge today? There's a reason why the American flag stands up. It's because those sponges, they gotta wipe away all of America's dirty work. And here we see a sponge enjoying his favorite drink, apple cider. See, if you look closely at the picture here, I think I can have my cursor on. You can see the rugged side of the sponge. The green. Here we have the green. And here's some of one of the pores in the sponge. You can see this is a very first cycle of a sponge's life, when it hasn't really grown a lot of its pores, but later on it'll have much more use for them, because in the youth years it doesn't really find that essential. Some sponge mating habits. Sponges are known for their distinctive mating call they give off, sounding very much like a cow with the wind knocked out of them. If you hear that, that was not a sponge. That was not an actual sponge. That was actually me making the sponge sound. So, I've studied these for many years. Fun activity. Try the mating call out for yourself. Just don't blame us when you become the sponge celebrity of your area. I have had sponges crawling through my windows. They can actually, because sponges are so absorbent and they can squish in each other, they can actually squish through molecules and atoms, so they can go right through windows without even them being open. Sponges mate for life, often becoming astronauts when their mate dies, so that they are surrounded by the void they feel inside themselves. I've always felt like a sponge when one of my mates leaves me, and this is why I study these. This is why I learn about these types of things, because they will not, we will not appreciate human love until we can know how complicated sponge love is. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed learning the very basics of sponge life, and I'm happy to field any sponge-related questions. My name is Professor Robert S. Pants, and here you can see my profile picture here. It's the same on all of my different accounts across the web. So whenever you see that picture, you know I'm in the business and I'm in the sponge house. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned anything. Send all your feedback to me any way you can, and I will see you later. Bing bang goodbye.